What's up, Mushroom Fam? It's Gary with Fresh from the Farm Fungi. I'm here in my lab in Sedalia, and today I wanted to talk about American Cordyceps market. So I get a lot of questions about growing Cordyceps and if it's a viable business in this day and age. So I wouldn't consider myself as an expert in Cordyceps cultivation. I do it mostly as a hobby, and I've been really interested in breeding Cordyceps over the past 3 or 4 years. So I've taken a lot of my R&D and shifted it towards Cordyceps breeding and a little bit of cultivation to test out my Cordyceps strains. There are a lot of good growers out there. I recommend checking out Renegade Mushrooms. He does a really good video on how to grow our Cordyceps MMX-3 strain, which we bred about 3 or 4 years ago now. And I will be diving more into how to breed Cordyceps, the system that I use, and trying to scale up that system. So if you're interested in that, just pay attention. I'm going to be dropping out some more videos, especially for the YouTube Premium members. Okay, so back to the topic. The recap of today's Cordyceps market is kind of sparse. As far as I know, there's not really any large-scale Cordyceps growers in America.
Find the full article at credenceresearch.com. Basically, this chart is showing the year-over-year growth in the U.S. market, which is about 11% year-over-year. As of 2021, the market in the U.S. was about 740 million and is expected to reach about 1.4 billion by 2028.
So I know that there's been a few startup farms that have really succeeded and kind of pivoted towards the whole foods and supplement market. I know that there's a really high demand for Cordyceps supplements. However, most of these companies end up shifting towards foreign production just because of the price. The demand for Cordyceps is really high, and the reliability of these companies overseas that have been doing it for a while kind of trumps today's American market. I think that the further along that the American Cordyceps market moves, the more reliable these products will become, and I think that it's a viable market. There are a few challenges in today's Cordyceps world, though. So like I said, the price is very challenging. I know that when I did my first few batches of Cordyceps, I freeze dried most of them, and I was selling half-ounce packages of Cordyceps pretty high. I think I was doing like $80 to $100 for a half ounce of freeze-dried Cordyceps, and my success over the past few years has been really low. I think about 20% of my Cordyceps grows actually are successful, which is kind of why I stick to it as a hobby. I do love making Cordyceps tea, and I made a few products just using Cordyceps and Cordyceps mycelium on rice. So that's another factor, is that when I did do the science testing, you can go look at that video on testing the fruiting bodies versus the mycelium versus extracts. It seems that it's a much more viable approach to just grow it on grains and then either extract or make products out of this. Like host defense is a really popular example. But that kind of leads me to the next problem in the Cordyceps industry, is that there isn't real evidence-based science behind a lot of these products. So I had a few products being tested for Cordycepin, which is the actual compound that a lot of these supplements are after. It was very surprising and not very consistent with how the results for my testing went. So our extracted Cordyceps, which we worked with a few really knowledgeable extraction companies like USA Labs up north in Denver, and I was very surprised by some of these results. So not to say that it can't be done, but I think there's a lot of work that has to get ironed out on how to make real good cordyceps products. So I've seen a bunch of companies trying to do these extractions and even get like physical extract products that look similar to like a hash, or in the cannabis industry, there's a big butane extract world, and the similarities between those products is starting to emerge. Besides price, the volume of demand is also really hard to compete. So these these places overseas that have been doing it for years and years have their process dialed in, the prices are dialed in, and they have a huge surplus to kind of support these nutrient companies that are making supplements and dietary supplements and whatnot. So I guess that the market is wide open. However, as far as some of the challenges that goes into cordyceps, there is a lot of gatekeeping of information. So I know that there's a few people out there that are doing really good work. I recommend the Cordyceps Cultivation Handbook by William Padilla Brown. That has, really basic recipes and easy to digest information on how to grow cordyceps. That's kind of how I got the basis of the knowledge for my own cordyceps grows. There is this almost mushroom cultish dogma that goes around cordyceps cultivation, which I think that is a huge barrier for most people to start growing. So the high value for this knowledge is kind of what is incentivizing this gatekeeping mentality. Like I said, the opportunity is huge for a cordyceps farm at scale to kind of take off in America. I think that there's so much demand that a few different farms can compete against each other and kind of take a little bit of that market value. However, like I said, this the value of this information, and there's a lot of high egos that are involved in this cordyceps world, is kind of creating this friction as far as the cordyceps industry and the cordyceps world is going. So like I said before, I think that there's like this cult-like mentality where people are being ostracized or socially outcast for even asking basic questions about, the recipes for substrates, the lighting requirements, all the basic skills and knowledge that are required to grow mushrooms. Cordyceps is a challenging mushroom because it kind of requires very strict procedural guidelines as far as the incubation time. It's very easy to senesce, so the replication of cultures is very difficult to do, especially repeatable over time. So there are some of these challenges when you're getting into cordyceps. However, like I said throughout this whole video, the demand is there, the opportunity is there. It's just breaking through this gatekeeping that will kind of turn the tables on cordyceps cultivation here in America. Okay, guys, give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment below if you think there's anything else that I didn't cover about cordyceps. So if you haven't seen any of my videos on breeding cordyceps, go check those out. I have about 9 different monokaryon cultures that I have in my incubator, and I'm about to cross those using micro well plating. So if you're interested in that procedure, I suggest you pay attention. We're going to be releasing some videos soon on breeding cordyceps using micro well plating techniques. I think that this is really going to revolutionize home cultivation and how to generate more and more phenotypes in this community. And I think that just the more people learn, the farther the industry will move, and it's going to make it easier for everyone to be able to access cordyceps and cordycepin and this really high energy, potent mushroom supplement. Okay, give us a thumbs up. Once again, it really helps this channel. Subscribe if you're looking forward to more mycology videos and mushroom business videos. I've been getting so many questions about mushroom business, the mushroom industry, how it's going. So I've kind of spent these past few months focusing on how I can provide valuable information about the mushroom industry. If you're interested in joining one of our classes here at our farm, we have the first dates scheduled. There's still openings for April. So that's a really exciting time on our farm. It's kind of when we get things going. And I would really enjoy spending the time with you guys, teaching how to grow mushrooms. And I'm still figuring out if I want to do some Cordyceps specific classes. It's not quite there yet. Like I said, I'm not really an expert at cultivation, but I do have a good understanding of the business side of mushroom farming. So once again, thanks for watching. Check out our Etsy shop, Fresh Fungi. And until next time, much love.